is a giant. Look at this fish. That is awesome. That is a big walleye. This week on Jon Thelen's Destination-Fish, we tackle spring crappies as they move in for the spawn. We reveal locations and tactics to help you find and catch those spring slabs. Jon Thelen's Destination-Fish is brought to you by Lindy Fishing Tackle and Alumacraft Boats. Nothing like spring crappie fishing. Leaves are just getting on the trees. It's one of my favorite times of the year. Fish are aggressive, fun to catch. They make for a great meal on the back end of a winter. There he goes. Got him. First fish. You gotta love that. He feels like a good one too. Man, I'll tell you, this is so neat because when you look around, we're all alone. There's not a boat here. And I've said it, it's a giant to start. Holy smokes. Look at this one. Look at this crappie. Holy smokes. You wanna see a start to a crappie trip? This is it right there. We may as well just pack her up and go home if we think we're gonna get bigger fish. Holy smokes, that is a giant. What a great way to start. What a great way to start a year when it comes to crappie fishing. Holy smokes, is that a nice fish. I'm gonna just get him unhooked and we're gonna get him back in the water and let him go because he's bigger than what we need to keep to eat, that's for sure, but what a beautiful fish. Get him popped out of there. Show him to you one more time. What a giant. That is cool. Get out of here, buddy. Here's the deal. 56-degree water temp. It's just getting started. People aren't on this yet. They don't know about it. Giants like that one right there, they haven't been bothered yet. So you're able to get in here and get on top of these fish. And we're gonna talk about the location today and we're gonna talk about how to do this. But here's the thing, we're at the front end of it. 56 degrees, I'm fishing a little bit deeper than a lot of people would think. I'm out in about 5.5 to 6 feet of water. They're not all the way up yet. They're not in there to do their spawn yet, but they're on their way. Today we are fishing bulrushes in 5 to 6 feet of water. Water temps are climbing through the mid-50s with springtime air temps in the low 70s and 5-mile-per-hour south winds. Got him. I made one little change and I'm going to show it to you when I get this fish in. All I did here is I went just a hair deeper. Should be a good crappie the way it feels. I think it is, unless it's a rock bass. Oh no, good crop. Look at that one. There's a male. He's all jet black getting ready for the spawn, but I want to explain this change I made and then I want to show you what I'm using. Great crappie. Look at that. Just a simple little change. I tend to always start fishing pretty high when I'm fishing crappies. Just in general, I look at a crappie and I look at those eyes on top of his head, and the first thing I think is he's gonna feed up. So ultimately what I tend to do is I start fishing for crappies higher in the water column than I do pretty much any other species. I started here in this 5 to 6 feet of water. I'm kind of bouncing around, moving a little bit, about halfway up the water column. But you can see what I did. I just slid that thill float just a little bit up, made it so I'm about 4 feet down. I got a little tighter, and I think part of it is the sun's getting a little higher, and what might be happening is those crappies might have driven a little bit deeper into the roots of the little dispersed weeds and such from last year. It's actually bulrushes. So ultimately, changing your depth, a simple 6 inches can make a huge difference. I want to show you what I'm using. Man, this is a good old-fashioned standby right here. It's pretty tough to beat this. This is a Lindy little nipper. They come in a variety of sizes, variety of colors, but they got that hair on there. It gives you a little bit of poof. It gives that curiosity to that crappie. It makes them come in and look at what it is. And then, as you can expect, all the best colors for crappies. I mean, crappies and bluegills. When it comes down to it, this little nipper, this one's been around forever and it just flat out catches fish. Jon Thelen's Destination-Fish is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Holy smokes, was that quick. Wow. That happened right when it hit the water. It's either a giant crappie or a bass. You know, you never know in here. Now it's feeling like it just might be a big crappie. It is. It's just a big crappie. Holy moly. This fish acted like a bass. Got up toward the surface, kind of started planing a little bit on the surface, and I thought, sure, I had a bass. Let me tell you what we're looking for here, because this is a tricky deal, okay? That boat that was here earlier, they left. Here's what I'm doing different than they are. I'm actually looking for these clumps of weeds, and that makes such a big difference. If you can find these clumps of weeds, you can catch them. These are really important. The other part that's important to me is that hummingbird. So two things, polarized sunglasses, okay? Makes a big difference, because I'm looking in the water and I'm finding these clumps and I'm watching that hummingbird. As I go past them, then I know that I'm gonna hit spot lock on that Minn Kota and flip back to them. Sometimes I'll get off to the side of them, sometimes I'll go past them and then work all the way around the boat. That's the key. You gotta find that structure, and the structure today is that vegetation. If you don't find it, you're not gonna catch it. Got him. Man, it just doesn't get old. Feels like a pretty big fish. You know, it's funny, I carry a crappie net with me just because, you know, at this time of the year, you're gonna get into some pretty good fish, and it makes sense to not lose them by just being able to scoop them up like that, because you don't gotta get them as close to the boat. Man, look at that fish. What a dynamite crappie. Wow. That is just fun. Hey, you know, I've been running the little craft boats for a lot of years, and there's a lot of great reasons, and a lot of them are structural. You know, it's just, that's what we think about when we think about boats. But I'm going to tell you something. Every now and then you look at one of these little things like this. With the Allumatrack system, you don't only get to move your rod holders anywhere you want in the boat, but there's also pouch systems that I can keep all my tools in, and it just makes it so easy to be organized in the boat. I don't think there's any other way to be as organized as I am besides having that tool pouch system. That's just awesome. Another great fish. You know what? We're gonna keep that one because we're gonna just keep a couple of them for dinner, and that one got twisted up a little bit when I was unhooking it. What an awesome fish.
One of the most important pieces to our success today is the use of the Minn Kota Altera on the bow, and specifically the spot lock feature. As we move around searching for bulrushes, the trolling motor is quiet and does not spook fish. Upon finding those bulrushes, we are spot locking and casting, then periodically using the jog feature to make precise moves in 5-foot increments, staying close to the bulrushes while casting to new water.
Look at that. Let me tell you, I reeled in. I was just getting set back up, moving. I reeled in, and I got on this little spot where there was just a lot of clump here. And I just felt like, holy smokes, you know, that might be one of those areas where you can get something. Look at this. This is a big one, too. He was sitting right there and almost right at the back of the boat. And look at that, got him right in the snout. That little nipper come up and snapped him right there. Really nice crappie. Really nice fish. Man, I'll tell you, this is so much fun. This is just one of those things that I look so forward to every single spring, the opportunity to get out and do this. It is just an absolute ball. That's about as easy as it gets right there.
Jon Thelen's Destination-Fish has been brought to you by these great sponsors.